sorry, but it's evident. You're on your phone 24/7. No reply when I text at 10 past 11, and I swear
I muted myself twice. God damn it. Okay. Hello, my name is Tamashii, and all I gotta say is Tamad's. I'm a grumpy Latina VTuber who tries to stream 5 times a week. On one of those days, I do political commentary called TamaTalks that focuses on human rights. But today is not Tuesday. I did do TamaTalks yesterday. And for those who watched that, thank you. But for those who watched yesterday's episodes and the one previously from that, we've been talking about the flotillas, right? Keeping an eye on those boats. The Global Summit Flotilla. The thing is, chat, is that, they got attacked again today around, 14 hours ago? Basically, it seems like the pattern is that they keep attacking around lunchtime, my time, or 3 hours before that. I hear that it's around midnight over there. In the boats that were hit were in Greece, around the Greece waters. They're basically halfway there to Gaza. Okay, they're really close. And then all of a sudden, like, literally, actually, it wasn't even during lunch break, it was during my first break. Okay, so we gotta kind of keep time of this, because it seems like they attack a day after TamaTalks, or a day before TamaTalks, or on TamaTalks, honestly. It's either Sunday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. It's always when I'm at work. And also, my first break is at around 10:30 a.m., 11 a.m.-ish. My first 15-minute break. I sit down for like 15 minutes, and I keep seeing pings, right? Notifications, bam, 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 from a bunch of these different accounts that I follow, of people who are on the boats. Okay? And everyone's saying that they're being bombed right now, to the point where I even saw a tweet where a supposed boat was destroyed. I need confirmation on that. I don't know, but we're gonna do we're going to do some more investigative stuff here. I managed to gather everything that I saw, and I tried my best to do it in chronological order. I also tried my best to have the end result, like the updated stuff. Apparently there was a what's it called, a meeting of it a few hours ago, explaining everything that happened and what's gonna happen from now on. I haven't watched it, but we're gonna watch that together. The fact that we can find a pattern is insane. Yes, because it's literally last week, it was like on Tuesday, wasn't it? Or on Monday. And then the week before that was on Tuesday. I think it was on Tuesday. No, wait. It was on Friday. They have a pattern. I can't remember. But it's just like every time I sit my ass down at work, I see all of these notifications, and I'm just thinking, oh my god, have they killed someone? This is even more intense too, by the way, chat, because at least 10 times. 10 times, okay? They bombed these boats 10 fucking times. And they started kind of mocking them as well, and I'll explain that. You're gonna see how these people were being sadistic about it, okay? These motherfuckers were being sadistic about what they were doing. But let's so what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna talk about, you guys are basically, whoever's watching this is going to become a witness. You decide what to do with what you are witnessing. Basically, if people don't be loud about this, don't complain about this to their governments, or at least talk about it on social media, email their representatives, call their representatives, or at least talk about it to whoever you know. Israel hasn't killed anyone yet, from what I understand. Yet. But they're testing the waters, literally. If people keep ignoring this before they are able to go to Gaza and provide humanitarian aid to those poor people, they're going to commit mass murder. They've done it before, chat. In what, 2009 or 2006? We discovered that yesterday, okay? They're testing the waters to see if they can mass murder a group of civilians from literally around the world. There's at least one person, okay, representing your country that's a civilian, that is your people, okay, on those fucking boats. So it is my civic duty, not even civic duty, it is my duty as a fucking human being to not shut up about this, okay? So whoever's willing to watch this, I'm just telling you, you are a witness, and you better do something with the information that you're about to witness right now. So let's just get started. This is the alert. Explosions, unidentified drones, and communications jammings. We are witnessing these psychological operations firsthand right now, but we will not be intimidated. The lengths to which Israel and its allies will go to prolong the horrors of starvation and genocide in Gaza are sickening. But our resolve is stronger than ever. These tactics will not deter us from our mission. My bad, my mic is going everywhere here. To deliver aid to Gaza and break the illegal siege. Every attempt to intimidate us will only strengthen our commitment. We will not be silenced. We will continue to sell. And that this is through Instagram. I'm reading it on Twitter, but they got this from Instagram. And this is the alert, okay? Alert, explosions heard around the Flotilla. Multiple drones, unidentified objects dropped, communications jammed, and explosions heard from a number of boats. This was on September 24th. Is that 1 a.m. GMT plus 3. And so I'm telling you, this was the start. Okay, next. Boop. This is the Thiago Avila, activist from Brazil, who was confirming during all of this that they are currently being attacked. And he is also telling the other boats, the other people on the boats, what to do. And this is basically evidence of that. We have to witness this because a lot of people are going to deny that this is happening, that it's just for show, that it's fireworks, and that these are Hamas boats, which we all know is not true. Let me turn off the music and then let's hear this. What Thiago has to say. The audio might be very low. Hopefully even works. Let me make sure of this because I keep having issues with the audio. Okay. Let's see what Thiago has to say. If nothing plays, I'm gonna flip a table.
An explosion.
Oh, thank God. Yosha. Okay.
An explosion above the deck. No structural damage to the boat and nobody harmed, okay? Okay. So now we are clear to sound the alarm to the world. We are clear to send a message that we've been targeted tonight. At least 4 of our boats got targeted. We still have drones, quadcopters flying really low above some.
So this is 4 boats. Remember how many bombs I've said? Okay, 10 bombs. So bro at this point is reporting after the first attacks on 4 boats. Which is crazy. Because after this, like, it kept developing. Like, they just kept on going.
Some of our boats. The protocol is that whenever you are here at this deck, inside you don't wear your life jackets. As soon as you come out, you put your life jackets, okay? We practice the drone protocol quite a bunch of times. So we take cover, we assess the situation, and after that we prepare for any other scenario. If there's a fire, if there's a hole, anything, the captain will instruct you, okay? Now we advise and we ask you to sound the alarm to the world. So make your videos telling this story if you can. It's important for us to pressure them to stop this maneuver. All the devices that they are using right now are more characteristic of psychological warfare. So they are not the most lethal devices. They're not incendiary bombs. They are not strong explosives, okay? So they're most likely psychological warfare. But we need it to stop. So please make the videos and tell the world what's going on.
Okay, and so let's be honest. It's the truth. No one has died that I know of yet. And since no one has died and no major damage, I'm assuming I'll find that out, because honestly, I haven't been able to see like some of the sources here fully. It's not like they're using their greatest weapons on them, right? They're not being nuked into oblivion. So he's right. This is literally psychological warfare. And they're trying to pressure these civilians and activists into giving up. Give up, not go to Gaza, and give food, medical supplies, and water to starving people who need it, right? Why? Why are they doing that? They need it to stop. But the thing is, they can kill someone with what they're fucking doing, even though it's not like lethal weapons. Honestly, if you guys have been watching, if you guys saw the last boat that was attacked, okay? The last boat that was attacked, we saw that video. Whoever was watching me saw that, okay? That almost hit a guy, and he managed to get away in time. This shit can kill someone or hurt someone, okay? Either way, it's dangerous, and they do need to fucking stop. And so he's telling everyone on all the other boats to go to social media and report what is happening. And right now we might see many of those different accounts of different people on these different boats who have witnessed, who could see from the water the drones and the drones bombing whichever boats they were bombing, and putting that pressure on the world to do something about it, on the governments to send help. And basically what they want is protection from the governments, chat. They're not getting... currently, they have no protection from the government. The governments aren't doing shit. And that's why we need to be loud. Because if Israel ends up committing mass murder, it's going to be because of our governments and because no one cared enough to say anything about it. So here is evidence of... Which was this? This is from the Middle East Eye. This is a good source that I trust. Viewer discretion is advised because you will see gore. They do show everything that is without censoring it, but it's a good official source of news. Footage has captured the moment of 2 boats from the global Sumur Flotilla being attacked with stun grenades, resulting in explosions. Organizers of the Flotilla have reported at least 9 attacks on their vessels. So now there's 9 attacks on their vessels. Let's look at this. Yosha.
I got it on camera.
It hit Morgana.
So,
I got it on camera.
obviously not all of the attacks were captured, but this is instances of what was able to be captured. Now, this is Thiago once again. Okay, this is the one we just saw, right? 14 hours ago. Confirms 5 attacks. The last one was 9 attacks. Oh my god, so I got my order wrong. But the last attack was the 9th attack. Kind of just puts into perspective how many attacks 10 attacks is. I'm assuming you're gonna write crazy. The crew is reporting being hit with explosive flares sprayed with suspected chemicals and sound bombs. They've had their radios... What? They've had their radios jammed and all calls for help were blocked. Okay.
Alert, alert. Unfortunately, the global Sumut Flotilla is being attacked once again. It's the 6th explosion that we hear. The first was on Oela boat, the second on Yulara boat, the third on Otaria boat, the fourth on Maria Cristina, the 5th in Selvadia. We just heard a new explosion here. They are throwing flashbangs at us, they are jamming the radio communication, they are throwing chemicals like they did in Yulara. This is an attack situation. We know they have been doing these things for psychological warfare. The drones have been above us for a long time, for many nights, but now they are escalating into more severe and more dangerous types of attacks. We send this alert to the world. Pressure your governments. Pressure anyone to pressure the ones that are doing this, and we know very well who they are, to stop this attack. We are less than 600 nautical miles from Gaza. We are a humanitarian, non-violent solidarity mission. We are bringing food and aid to open a humanitarian corridor. We are protected by international law. We are part of the conscience of the world that knows that we cannot allow starving children to stay without food, without aid. So we continue going on our mission, but we need you. We need you to rise up. We need you to pressure your governments. We are being attacked right now. So please spread the word. Please don't let this go unpunished, and we made a safe passage for the flotilla.
Okay. He named like 5 boats there, and then I guess... Jesus Christ. Thiago Avila confirms 5 attacks on Sumut Flotilla fleet. We are under attack. Drones have struck the humanitarian boat. You can hear the 5th attack happen in this video. He wants pressure from the world to make these attacks stop. Oh god, okay.
Okay. We are here on the global Sumut Flotilla, reporting that we've been targeted at least 4 times tonight. 4 of our boats, the Oela, the Uaila, Yulara, the Otaria, and the Maria Cristina have been targeted with drones, throwing devices.
There was another one.
Oh shit.
We just experienced a 5th attack. We need to assess which boat was that. They're likely throwing flashbangs at our boats. It's very, very important that we stay on alert. Right now we are in a moment of full drone alert. We need to pressure the world for these attacks to stop. We are a non-violent solidarity humanitarian mission trying to get to Gaza with food and aid according to international law. It's very important that they respect that. Okay.
So as this guy is reporting, they fucking attack again. That's so crazy.
That we've been targeted at least 4 times.
Okay. And so this guy's actually, I recognize this guy. I didn't know this guy was on the boats. This guy is well, is he an Instagram guy or is he a TikToker? I've seen his videos on Yik Yak, but I guess he's an Instagrammer. 10 boats bombed, heaps of drones still whistling around. Flotilla attacks, psychological operations have begun. This guy has been very vocal about Palestine. I just didn't think that a TikToker would actually be on this boat, but I recognize this guy. So let's see what he has to say. Again, like the goal was for everyone on the boats to let the world know through their social media accounts in their own language, in their native language, what's happening. Again, there's at least 1 person from at least 50 countries on these boats. trying to provide aid to Palestine. And so we're going to witness different various people's reporting on what's going on over there during the attacks.
Hey y'all, Greg here aboard the veteran boat attached to the Global Samud Flotilla. Our boat was assailed by a quadcopter and they dropped a little popper on deck. A couple boats experienced that as well. And also our VHF radio was hijacked by adversarial comms, and they started playing ABBA. So this is the initiation of the psychological operations that we had mentioned previously. They're beginning off the coast of Crete. Luckily, we have live stream footage that gets stored in a backup. Unfortunately, this was out of frame, but you see we noticed the quadcopter drone run back. Yeah, somewhat startling. Yeah, so I'm going to park my head here so I cover it up, whichever VHF channel we use, but we've been dealing with this all night. Yeah, so that was ABBA. ABBA's from Sweden. Obviously, their weird obsession with Greta Thunberg being on the flotilla may have something to do with it, but we're probably going to be expecting this every night going forward. To just break everyone down psychologically. This is what they are. There's no injuries. Everyone's fine. These are just psychological operations. And they're probably going to increase in intensity and frequency from here on out every time the sun sets. So we appreciate your attention to this matter. Pressure your governments, please, to protect the flotilla, and we will not be deterred. So we're just going to keep on sailing, and they're going to keep doing what they're going to keep doing, and history will be our judge.
I forgot they played ABBA, and I remember Zaya actually didn't you tell me who ABBA was? I was like, well, what's ABBA? And you're like, oh, it's these people, and it was like the group white people song, right? Singers from Sweden, right? I just realized just now, I was like, these motherfuckers. So this is even more confirmation, by the way. This is confirmation that they're trying to target Greta. They're trying to target her. They have, they're really pissed at her. And I think I forgot to show the source of this, but they have officially confirmed her in Israel as a terrorist. So they don't like her, chat. They're actually aiming for her. Those motherfuckers are trying to fuck with her and probably even fucking kill her. I mean, they did try to kill her the first time, so this is especially those people in Sweden. Y'all people in Sweden or over there in the Scandinavia area. If Greta is murdered and y'all didn't do shit, that's gonna be on your hands, okay? I'm guilt tripping you because it's the goddamn truth. This is crazy. They're actually aiming for her. And this is like fucking evidence of that. Let's see, and then this is one of the tweets that I saw while I was trying to while I was like just sitting on my desk. Israel has gone so psychopathic that they're drone bombing humanitarian aid ships. I mean, they've done that many times before that, Nathan, but this time they're doing it more intensely. This is Liam Cunningham saying, major alert, the Global Summit Flotilla is being attacked by drones in international waters. Please spread the word. Boop. So this is one of the latest updates. Well, actually, let's see what drop site said first. Update. It's currently just after 3 a.m. Mate. It's just currently after 3 a.m. and the ships of the Summit Flotilla have concentrated together under a clear sky. Numerous drones are continually passing overhead as the captains coordinate the positions of the boats and crews remain on high alert after at least 12 explosions across 9 boats. 12 explosions! Earlier Reports said a person on the Yulata has been injured in a chemical attack. The person was sprayed with chemicals from an attack by a drone, but they were not injured. Watch video 1, footage of a flashbang from the ship Taigete, whose main sail was destroyed by the attack. Okay, so this is a different attack. Okay, so y'all see this, right? Latest updates, there hasn't been an explosion for about an hour, but multiple drones remain overhead, and we don't know if they will attack again. We can see the other boats by their mast lights, and you can see below what we can see: the horizon, the boats, and the explosions. Next. Dun dun. As Israel puts her life in danger, Greta Thunberg is everything conservatives pretended Charlie Kirk was and more. A true warrior for justice in our world. Israel better not kill her, or this will never be forgotten. So, breaking, the Global Summit Flotilla has been hit again. Crew members are reporting several explosions so far, but they won't turn back. 2 boats had chemicals dropped on them by a drone, and 2 others saw explosions above them in the sky. Thankfully, everyone is safe. We will not turn back. We will not leave Gaza alone. We will continue until Palestine is free. We carry no weapons. We are a non-violent mission. We will see her again. I can't remember her name right now. So it's gonna be loud. Let me turn it down a bit. But I want you guys to hear this song. I didn't really understand what ABBA was when I first saw this until literally just now. Literally just now. I think I had to see Zaya in chat, and for me to click, I was like, oh shit. They are literally just aiming at Greta. Because I was confused. This person is not Greta Thunberg. This is a different person, right? But here on the quote retweet, right? They're mentioning Greta Thunberg, even though she's not in the video. And I was like, I wonder why. Well, because they're literally aiming to psychologically torture her by playing ABBA music through the radios. They're interfering with the radios, jamming them, and playing ABBA music.
My name is Yasmin Ajar, steering committee member. We are currently on the Alma, and we have sighted 15 to 16 drones, big drones right above our vessel, and we were alone. And now we are joining the fleet again, and we have been informed that one of the sailing boats has been attacked by a drone. We don't know what it was exactly. And right now they're jamming our VHF, as you can hear. We do not know where this is coming from, the sound, but other vessels are experiencing the same thing. They're jamming our radio. My name is Yasmin Ajar, steering committee member.
Wasn't that the boat they attacked earlier? Yes. Actually, they had around... Before they started bombing everything, I saw previous posts that I didn't share here, but way earlier posts, them saying that there was over a bunch of over 10 drones above that specific ship, and they were just worried about it. And then I didn't see those until later on, but I guess after that they ended up actually attacking the boats. Including the same boat from last time as well. I know that song. No, yeah, well, I'm telling you that they're being pretty sadistic about this. It shows what kind of people from the Israeli military are. Give me a sec. I gotta go on Do Not Disturb. Oop. There we go. So I won't hear all of this. Okay. getting out of here. Boop. Update: the Global Summit Flotilla was attacked starting around midnight as it sailed south of Crete early Wednesday morning, with initial reports of 15 drones above Ama. At least 9 attacks have been reported. An unidentified chemical device was poured onto Yulara via a capsule that bounced and fell into the water. There are conflicting reports about a person injured in the incident. At least 7 flashbangs hit 6 boats, with 1 boat struck twice with flashbangs. 1 boat rigging was damaged, and another boat reports its mainsail is destroyed. Footage is of the 9th strike. Okay, well, let me hear it.
Which boat was that? Which boat was that?
Okay, this is the 9th attack.
Which boat was that?
Boop. And then this is Yasmin Akar. New update on the attacks on the global. You see how many updates there is? It's like back to back to back to back to back on attacks and updates. This is pretty fucking insane. This is Yasmin Akar. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hey everyone, my name is Yasmin Ajar, steering committee member of the Global Summit Flotilla. I'm speaking to you from the Alma, the boat that was hit by a drone in Tunis, along with the boat family. Today, Alma was sailing alone, trying to catch up with the rest of the fleet. In broad daylight, we began spotting strange aerial objects. As the night fell, we saw up to 16 large drones flying low and directly above us, heading toward the fleet. Once we rejoined the other boats, the drones suddenly disappeared, only to return shortly after to deliberately target 11 vessels with explosives. International waters, right off the coast of Greece, has now become a battlefield where we are being hit by bombs. Let me be clear, we are a humanitarian mission, carrying humanitarian aid. Human rights observers, doctors, activists, lawyers, and journalists. This attack is meant to stop us, to deter us from reaching Gaza. This is a reminder of the impunity that Israel continues to enjoy. No one came to help the flotilla because no one comes for Gaza. Right now, Gaza is being bombed relentlessly. Millions have been displaced. Schools, hospitals, even so-called safe zones are being bombed. Children are being targeted. Gaza is being starved, and the world is watching in silence. They also jammed our communication, blaring ABBA songs into our radios as if to mock us. That arrogance only shows how untouchable they believe they are. If you think Palestine is too far away to matter, look again. We are being bombed right here off the coast of Europe, back to back. And that only shows how small and fearful they are, afraid of a group of civilians carrying aid to a besieged people. But let me also tell you this, we will not stop, because the bombings doesn't stop in Gaza. The slaughter doesn't stop in Gaza. And these bombs do not intimidate us. We've shown that time and time again. Israel is not just a threat to Gaza. It is a threat to the international community, just as once the Nazis were. We demand an immediate end to the genocide. We demand that governments act now. All weapon deliveries must end, and every government complicit in this genocide must be held accountable. Legally, morally, and historically. We will continue until Palestine is free, until justice is served.
Yep. So she just described perfectly what was happening and is demanding justice from all who become witness of this. Next, footage of Israeli attack on global summit flotilla in interviews waters. What? Maba will still become witness to it. We're gonna see as many. That was family. I see. Okay. Family is the main boat with all the main activists that started this.
That was family. This was family. I fucking knew it. Is everyone okay?
Okay, next. Let's see. This is boop. Updates about drone attacks on global smooth flotilla by Hassan Masood on Instagram.
التحية للجميع. خبر عاجل الآن.
Okay, I have to read this. Mate. Boop. And also my face. My phone is dead. My phone is dead. Yosha. Okay. I think it's charging now though. Let's see. Let me read this. Greetings everyone, breaking news alert. Ships from the Resilience fleet aiming to break the blockade are under drone attacks. Initially 15 were reported to have targeted several ships, including the main water vessel carrying Mandela, grandson of Nelson Mandela, Jesus, and Greta Thunberg and Yasmin Ajar from the Resilience fleet are on board. Drones also dropped flammable materials that failed to ignite on at least 2 ships. Just now an explosion was heard, but its source and impact remain unknown. We'll provide updates as information becomes available. Currently, no injury is reported among the participants. Okay. This is crazy. We're getting like more and more more attacks. I feel like as we look at the updates, the attacks keep increasing. I thought it was only 10. He's saying it's around 15 now. That's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy. And this is a 9th strike. We saw this one, I believe. Right? Okay, we saw this one.
Which boat was that?
Yeah, we did see this one. Next. Let's see. Global Summit Flotilla is being attacked. This is from Sofistica on Instagram. I'm assuming she's speaking Spanish, but we'll see.
We are 40 miles south of Creta in international waters, European airspace, and we have been attacked by 8 drones. 8 attacks so far. 7 of them has hit the boat. One of them, it was like a chemical substance. The other 6 were explosions above the boat. Some of them created structural damage on the boat. No one has been hurt so far. And we are calm. We know what we're here for. We are determined. And we want to remember to everyone that we are a non-violent humanitarian flotilla bringing humanitarian aid to Gaza.
Okay.
We are 40 miles.
So she reported 11 attacks. This guy is... They didn't at him. Who is this guy? Oh shit, I should not scroll down because we might see gore. My bad. Oop.
Hi guys, it's 2 a.m. almost UTC, which is like, what, 4 a.m. here in local time. We had a evening of drone attacks, several drone attacks, I think 10 in total. 2 or 3 ships have undertaken some damage. One mast has fallen over and another has had other damage which we're yet to assess. Ulara, the ship that I'm on, the sailing yacht that I'm on, was the second to be attacked. We heard a drone above us. We couldn't see it at all. We've been seeing drones for weeks flashing red and light, but this one we just couldn't spot, but we could hear, and it was getting louder and louder. So we made a decision to increase our speed and move in zigzag fashions to see if the drone was actually going to follow us.
Oh my god. So that's how they knew that it was following them, because they did zigzags? That's crazy. So basically, I'm sure that the one person watching this right now is wondering, well, what can I do? And let me see. Ah! I exited out. Okay, that's good. I don't need to see the viewer count. On either of my streams, but one can ask themselves, VOD watchers who watch this, what can I do? What can you do? What can we do? Basically, what we have to do is what this lady did. We have to call up our representatives. If you don't want to call anyone, email them. If you don't want to email them, make a post about it. Just spread the word in your area, and even talk about it to people you know. People you think you can reason with. People who are brainwashed. People who don't care. People who don't care enough to know about this. Okay? People who rather do other shit. Right? Make them not ignore this. Because this is what my country's doing. They benefit from people not caring. Look at this.
Hello, my name is Titus with Department of State's Overseas Citizen Services. How may I help you?
Hi, my name's Josephine Gilbert. I'm a 17-year Army veteran and former intelligence officer, and I'm calling to report that Israel just attacked United States military veterans on the global Samud Flotilla, sailing to Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid such as baby formula, water, etc. And I need to know...
You need to contact the U.S. Embassy in the country they were located in for assistance with that.
There is nothing that Mike Huckabee can do for the fact that Israel is bombing U.S. citizens. We need the Department of State to move into action.
You would have to contact the U.S. Embassy.
What is the U.S. Embassy going to do inside of Israel to stop them from killing U.S. veterans?
For more information.
I don't need more information. I need the U.S. Department of State to call Israel and tell them not to bomb U.S. veterans. Excuse me, what's your name again? What's your name?
What is the embassy in Israel gonna do? Right? Valid question. Like, oh yeah, tell the embassy in Israel. Call the terrorists themselves to help you out. It's idiotic. And they don't care. And you know what? You gotta pressure them until you do. You gotta make it into, you gotta make this well known. You gotta embarrass them more. Yesterday, I was showing you guys in TamaTalks how finally, slowly but surely, the Western countries are starting to turn their backs on Israel. Most importantly financially, but not only financially, also media-wise, Their reputation is being ruined. We need to ruin their reputation. It's so cruel seeing how they are attacked again and again. Yes, hello Firona, thank you for being here. But yeah, they're being constantly attacked. It's a psychological warfare. And it's really cruel. It's definitely fucking cruel. They're definitely insane. And the fact that she got hung up by the United States Department is fucking crazy. They just don't give a fuck. That's fucking insane. So this is like the media advisory. This is basically the Global Summit Flotilla's statement hours after the attacks. Let me turn on the music because this is going to be a long read. Media advisory for immediate release, September 23rd, 2025. Israel escalates dangerous attacks against Global Summit Flotilla days before Gaza arrival. Explosions, heavy drone swarms, and communications jamming signals pretext for possible Israeli attack on 500 plus civilian volunteers. That is insane. This is insane. This is the first time they've given us how many civilian people from around the world are on these boats. Over 500 people. And if people continue not to care, chat, they're going to kill a huge chunk of those people and, God forbid, possibly commit the biggest mass murder on the sea ever. Okay? Homicide. This is not something we can just ignore. This is not something we can pretend it's not happening. This is why I'm making this stream now, for at least whoever watches this can know and be witness to this. Because many years from now, people are going to pretend like they always cared when they didn't. They're gonna pretend like they know shit when they don't. But you do. We do. And we gotta keep our mouths open. We can't shut up. We have to talk about it, share stuff about it, and protest, boycott. Demand action from our dumbass governments to send protection to these 500 civilian volunteers. Let's read this. Media advisory for immediate release. Israel escalates dangerous attacks against global submerged flotilla days before Gaza arrival. Explosions, heavy drone swarms, and communication jamming signals pretext for possible Israeli attack on 500 plus civilian volunteers. Global. In the final days before reaching Gaza, the global submerged flotilla is experiencing an alarmingly dangerous escalation, with multiple boats reporting targeted explosions and unidentified objects being dropped on and near the boats, causing significant damage and widespread obstruction in communications. This comes on top of a sustained campaign of intimidation and disinformation by Israel, aimed at discrediting and endangering the 500 plus unarmed civilians aboard the flotilla who are attempting to deliver food and medical supplies to Gaza and help Israel's illegal siege. Or illegal blockade. My bad. Escalating threats in real time. Explosions and jamming. Tonight, at least 13 explosions were heard on and around several flotilla boats, with widespread disruption in communications, raising urgent concerns for safety of participants. Drones overhead. In the past 24 hours, more than 15 low-altitude drones have hovered above the Alma boat, appearing roughly every 10 minutes. Unidentified objects dropped. Flotilla participants reported objects being dropped on at least 10 boats from drones or aircrafts, causing damage. No fatalities have been reported. The extent of the damage will be fully assessed in daylight. Coordinated smear campaign. Israel continues to falsely label the GSF as the Hamas flotilla, asserting that it plans to engage in violent action. This disinformation campaign is an attempt to preemptively justify military action against a civilian-led, non-violent humanitarian mission. And we saw that yesterday, that they were literally calling it a Hamas flotilla. They're doing propaganda, false propaganda, to have an excuse to fucking murder these civilians. Okay? That's why we have to keep talking about it and let the world know that we know it's not a Hamas flotilla. It's a humanitarian aid mission that is non-violent. Okay? Let me see this. There's a senator. Senator Chris Andrews says, update. My boat has been attacked by multiple drones overnight and was hit by 4 different devices. We are undeterred. Please urgently email the DFA, Taosich, and Tanaiste, demanding immediate intervention to protect this. Sorry. Intervention to protect this flotilla. Adding in your local TDS and representatives. So that's what people are urging you to do. Oh my god, that was like my main page. Why can't I delete that? What? Okay, I can't delete this specific tab. So, mate. This squirrel guy is very informative. They really are. They sometimes hate on Hassan though, so that kind of makes me sus of them. But other than that, they're really informative. They provide such great evidence and information on Israel and everything that's happening over there. Again, viewer discretion is advised with any of the accounts that I show you. The Global Summit Flotilla is safe most of the time, but any other reporting thing will show you the truth, which is gore and the murders that Israel is doing in Palestine. Anyway, let's see what this squirrel has to say. Zay Squirrel. There is a very high likelihood that the genocidal Israeli death cult is going to mass murder Greta Thunberg and many others who are on a humanitarian flotilla to break the genocide siege and represent the best of humanity. And the Western media and political class is already preemptively laundering the massacre for them, even though they know it targets their own citizens. In no other context would they do this, only for their precious Israeli rape cult. This is what Zionist hegemony looks like. So, this is, I'm assuming this is a witness of, you know, what Israel is proud of doing. Let's see what they have to say. Give me a sec. Bless you. Thank you, Fiona. Hating on Hassan L. Well, a lot of people hate on him. Yeah, and sometimes it's for valid reasons. And sometimes, mostly it's not. So. But literally everyone on every side hates him. Like, it's not just like right-wingers. It's literally like everyone. But let's see what this guy has to say. Boop.
If I went to the Middle East and visited Israel,
yeah,
and I was killed, somebody shot me there, do you think there'd be any accountability? Seriously. If any of you went to the Middle East and were killed, do you think there'd be accountability? There wouldn't be. This is how outrageous this situation is. Just think about the Liberty. Think about Rachel Corrie. Think about this Turkish American who was just killed in the flotilla. There's no accountability. Israelis can do almost anything and get away with it. So the idea that opacity matters, I don't think so. The lobby basically believes it can finesse any issue. They've never seen an issue that they can't finesse. If I went to the Middle East...
That's true. There's been many instances. Israel loves killing Americans. Israel loves killing activists. Israel loves killing reporters. You've seen all of that. We've mourned many reporters that have been killed. Israel loves killing civilians, children, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, grandmothers, men, women, gay people, non-gay people, anyone from the LGBTQ community, because apparently you can't be Palestinian and be part of the LGBTQ according to racist LGBTQ members outside of Palestine. Rachel Corrie, he mentioned Rachel Corrie, and that was one of the first stories that I heard of Israel murdering an American citizen. Okay, an American citizen I can't even say that. An American citizen that basically was, well, maybe I can, was the American version of Greta Thunberg, basically. She was the American version of Greta Thunberg. All she wanted was peace for the world. And the moment she found out about Palestine, she went over there to try to help. And what's it called? One of the things that she did that ended up with her dying in the end is that she was trying to stop the Israeli military from colonizing a Palestinian family's house. And basically what they do is sometimes they go with their tanks and just destroy the houses. They just they destroy everything and force people without homes and just colonize that place and make that land their own. And she was basically in front of this tank, stopping them from destroying a family's house, and the motherfucker ran over her with the tank. And her last moments were captured. And the Israelis actually celebrate that moment of killing an American activists trying to stop these colonizers from destroying a family's home. And no one cared. Except for her family, right? And many years later, I find out about this and I'm just like, wow, what the fuck? And Israel is proud of that. They actually made a celebratory day where they make pancakes with her face on it to remember the day that they ran over a girl who was trying to save a family's home. So it's fucked up. That's why this guy is saying, it's like, hey, if Israel kills me, do you think they're gonna be held responsible? No. Remember Rachel Corrie, and you can find out about Rachel Corrie's story on YouTube. It's available. Once again, viewer discretion is advised. But I'm willing to watch that documentary. It's just I'm gonna have to somehow maneuver the obvious parts that I can't show. That has blood in it and stuff. But this is he's just spitting bars at this point, this guy. This is evidence of literally the Israel ministry, foreign ministry, their Twitter account, throwing propaganda, lies, Hezbollah, to have an excuse and convince the people that they should literally kill people on these freedom flotillas. Okay? And here's evidence of this. Let's see. We were sorry to hear the response from the Hamas flotilla. Okay, again, it's not a Hamas flotilla. Representative that the flotilla insists on pursuing a violent course of action and refuses our proposal to transfer. What violent course? With what weapons? They have no weapons. They only have food, water, and medical aid. In a coordinated and peaceful manner. No, if we give you anything of that aid, you will destroy it or keep it for yourself. Any aid that might be aboard the flotilla to the Gaza Strip via the nearby Ashkelon Marina. This response once again highlights the insincerity of the flotilla members and their mission to serve Hamas. Lies. Rather than the people in Gaza. Lies. You're literally still bombing people in Gaza. Shut the fuck up. If the flotilla continues to reject Israel's peaceful proposal, not peaceful at all, you're bombing them, Israel will take the necessary measures to prevent its entry into the combat zone and to stop any violation of a lawful naval blockade. That's illegal. While making every possible effort to ensure the safety of its passengers. Liars. Why are you bombing them then? We reiterate, if your intentions are sincere, transfer any such aid to the Ashkelon Marina so it can be forwarded promptly to the Gaza Strip in a peaceful and nonviolent manner. Liars. You only let 7 trucks in when these people need 600 trucks in Palestine, okay? Why do you think these people are doing the work themselves? Fucking liars, evil Satanists. Oh, Thiago Avila replied. Let's see what he says, chat. We are the ones sorry to see you insisting to stop a non-violent humanitarian solidarity mission that wants to bring food aid to children that you are starving to fucking death. He didn't say fucking, I did. We have international law on our side and we do not fear you. We keep sailing for the children of Gaza. Bars. Literally, hell yeah. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. That deserves claps. Good job. Fucking hell. I can't believe that these motherfuckers are pretending like they're the the Israel, by the way. I can't believe they're pretending like they're the victims and they're trying to do good. Yeah, right. Like, come on. Israel is trying desperately to manufacture consent for an attack. That's right. Well, no claps for Israel, but claps for Thiago Avila. Israel's trying desperately to manufacture consent for an attack on the global summit Flotilla. Continue logging evidence of power holders justifying violence against the Flotilla. They might delete this, they might not, but this is evidence. It's on stream for me. Okay? This is evidence. Fucking bastards. And then they're gonna lie later on. Oh, we didn't say that, Lamau. They did. They fucking did. Next. Another update. Let me put music on. The Global Summit Flotilla was attacked starting around midnight as it sailed south of Crete early Wednesday morning, with initial reports of 15 drones above Alma. At least 8 attacks and 6 explosions have been reported. An unidentified chemical device was poured onto Yulara. Wait, didn't I just read this? Via a capsule that bounced and fell into the water. There are conflicting reports about a person injured in the incident. I did read this. At least 7 flashbangs hit 6 boats. 1 boat struck twice with flashbangs. 1 boat's rigging was damaged, and another boat reports its main sail is destroyed. Okay, I did read this. Woman. Okay, what should we do? This is the global movement to Gaza in the United Kingdom. It says right here, the flotilla is experiencing multiple drones, unidentified objects dropped, communications being jammed, and explosions heard from a number of boats. We need all eyes on the flotilla now. Please contact the FCDO out of hours emergency number to request immediate political and consular intervention. So it's +44 020 708 5000. Please urgently email the FCDO Foreign Secretary and PM demanding immediate intervention to protect participants on the flotilla, adding in your local MPS too. Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office, fcdo.correspondence@fcdo.gov.uk. Foreign Secretary Yvette Coopery with 2 O's at parliament.uk. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, keir.starmer.mp at parliament.uk. If you guys spam them to do something or call them, owie, it will make a difference. Stuff like this as well in your own governments will help as well. The only country, honestly, so far that has acknowledged what is happening in a sense that they will protect these boats is Italy. Okay, remember that Italy boat guy? He wasn't lying. They weren't lying, chat. They weren't. And I'm so sorry I didn't get to show the videos of this, but maybe next week we will see the videos of the Italianos, of the Italians, okay? Marching, preventing stuff sailing to Israel or coming from Israel, blocking stuff from the ports, protesting and demanding Israel to stop. Now the government has recognized what's going on, and this is what they have to say. Italy's defense minister Guido Crosetto announced that the country is sending a Navy frigate to support the global Sumud Flotilla, which aims to break Israel's blockade of Gaza, after it was targeted by multiple drones on September 24th. Italy earlier urged Israel to guarantee the safety of the aid ships and the Italian activists on board, noting that members of parliament and MEPs are also part of the flotilla. The Global Summit Flotilla set sail from Barcelona earlier this month to deliver aid and challenge the Israeli blockade. It now has over 50 vessels, most positioned off the Greek island of Crete. Italy deploys Navy frigate, I don't know how to pronounce that word, to assist Sumud Flotilla heading to Gaza. And so this is where the drone attack was, and it seems, like they're so close to Gaza, guys. They're really close to Gaza. And it seems like the Italian government is going to send, oh yeah, right here, Italy has said it is sending a Navy ship to the global Sumud Flotilla. Italian Defense Minister Guido Crosetto strongly condemned the overnight drone attack on the flotilla, which is trying to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. In a statement, Crosetto said he had redirected an Italian Navy ship to head towards the flotilla to offer assistance to Italian citizens on board, and Israel has been informed. Regarding the attacks suffered in recent hours by the Sumud Flotilla vessels, which also include Italian citizens, carried out by using drones currently unidentified perpetrators, we can only express the strongest condemnation. In a democracy, even demonstrators and protests must be protected, and when they are conducted in compliance with international law and without resorting to violence, he said. To ensure assistance to the Italian citizens on the flotilla, this morning at 3:50 a.m., I spoke with Prime Minister and authorized the immediate intervention of the Italian Navy multi-purpose frigate, I don't know how to say that, Fasan, which was sailing north of Crete as part of an Operation Mare Sicuro. The frigate is already en route to the area for possible rescue operations. The Israeli military attack in Italy, attaché in Italy, our ambassador and the military attaché in Tel Aviv, and the crisis unit of the Farnesina have been informed about this decision. So this is the boat that is heading over there. I don't know if it's a military boat. I'm not sure. Let me see. It's a Navy ship. I don't know if they're gonna... Italy to provide Navy ship to help Gaza aid flotilla. I don't know if it's just like a defense ship or a medical aid ship. I don't know. But at least they're sending help, so that's good. That's good. Wish more countries would send help though. Huge L to Sweden, by the way. I haven't heard shit from them. Kinda L to Sweden. That they're kinda throwing Greta under the bus. Not really caring if she dies or not, because I haven't heard shit from them concerning what she's going through right now, which is pretty fucking insane. But W to Italy. W to Italy. As you can see, Italy is crushing it. Italian dock workers call for general strike to end Israel and Italy relations. And yeah, many people have been making it known that they are not happy about what Israel is doing. Very good stuff. Also, to end this stream, I want to watch the updates on the update on Instagram, the live update on Instagram. That will have Greta Thunberg, Line Brosnan, Gemma McLaughlin Burke, Alexander Hogg, and Francesca Albanese. Basically giving us the most recent update as of now. So we're gonna watch that. I haven't watched this myself, so let me turn off the music. I wonder if we can play this, though. Oh god, I don't wanna reel. I wonder if it worked. Live from the Flotilla with Greta Thunberg, Francesca Albanese, and our legal support boat after 11 vessels were attacked last night. Maybe I have to look it up, huh, chat? Give me a sec. Maybe I should look it up. Because honestly, Instagram is kind of an L. I don't like the platform. That's why I rarely use it. I used to when I was a kid, but now I'm kind of like a boomer. Let's see, what is this? Flotilla. Let's see what they say. Let me turn on the music again, because it's kind of creepy without music on. Yeah, it's not playing anything, so maybe someone uploaded it on YouTube. Paste. We'll watch some of it and we'll see what happens. Oh, this is very bad quality. I don't know if we'll be able to properly watch. Okay. Look how bad quality this is, Chuck.
Our mission is peaceful, completely in line with international law. We are sailing peacefully in international waters. We are not carrying weapons. We are carrying food, baby formula, medical supplies, and water. And we are sailing to break Israel's illegal and inhumane seas. Of course, yesterday when our communication was jammed, it was difficult between all the boats to maintain communication. But we make it work, and as I said, we are prepared for these kinds of scenarios. And during the night, we were on high alert level, ready to prepare to face whatever challenges we were thrown. Yeah, we are well aware of the risks, but again, this is nothing compared to what Palestinians are facing. And the most important thing here is that Israel is trying to scare people and silence people who are standing up for Palestine, and not the least desperately trying to further dehumanize Palestinians to keep going with their genocide. What has now the UN Commission has confirmed to be a genocide, confirming what Palestinians and human rights organizations have been saying for a very long time, that it is a genocide.
But we know that denial of genocide is part of the genocide itself. I mean, if you look at it from a scholarly point of view, you see that the denial of genocide is a stage of the genocide itself. What I say what I often say is that what I find utterly shocking and disturbing is the denial of the genocide doesn't only come from Israeli leaders who are committing the genocide, who are ordering the genocide themselves, or from the generals and others who are partaking in it, but also from other parts of the world, Western intelligentsia, Western media, Western politicians who prefer not to engage with it, with this topic, with this possibility, even trumping the law, because the law, it says that the genocide should be prevented. So with so many alarms, of course, there is a duty to prevent, but they are averting their responsibility. This is the thing, that the thickness of denial is unprecedented. But I also think, and this is what I wanted to hear from you before going back to the damage, because I really think that this should be an opportunity to also explain what is happening in practice to you, whether you have been affected in a way that you cannot proceed. I say that this is not, we should see what it is. We should see this is not, as we often say, the first genocide in plain sight, because the Holocaust also happened in plain sight. The Rwanda genocide happened in plain sight, and so the genocide in former Yugoslavia. But this is the first genocide that has been televised and has prompted a global mobilization. And do you feel how much people around the world, including in Palestine, are looking at you with a sense of hope that whatever you do is important and matters to them, and this is a factor of change? Whomever wants to reply.
Well, certainly we're hopeful on the independent legal support vote that people will see, first of all, that this is a legitimate mission and that it has a perfectly lawful basis. We're hoping that our presence, our physical presence in the waters will also offer, I suppose, a symbol of our confidence in the legality of the mission. And also we hope that politicians and others who are looking on and observing what's going on will understand from our communications that any potential interception or interference with the mission is entirely unlawful and should be condemned.
Yeah, and in addition to this, it is important to us to show that this is a collective action of the peoples of the world, global North, global South, under united as a flotilla. So we are independent legal support boats sailing within a flotilla, hoping to support and knowingly facing not only the risks such as the one that happened last night, but also a sort of a defamation campaign by Israel to tag us as some sort of a terrorist or Hamas supporters. We've been consistently showing the world that we are civilians protected by international law, carrying humanitarian aid, that we are doctors, students, carpenters, lawyers, so-called normal people, not affiliated with any kind of Islamist ideology. And
yeah, and the other important point for us as well, I mean, our function is different from the other ships, obviously, because we're, fulfilling this kind of monitoring function. But we want to collate as much information and evidence as possible, and we hope that subsequent to the mission's completion, which we hope will be successful, but in the event that there are any interference or violations of international law, we hope to collate all of that evidence and make legal findings in the aftermath, and we hope that there will be consequences for any of those breaches of international law, which will be based quite solidly in an evidential basis from what we have gathered from flotilla members.
I do think
so. I'll stop it right there. To whoever wants to watch the update, I'll share the link. I'll watch the rest of it myself later. But basically, yeah, imagine trying to tell someone that the top left woman is a terrorist. Yeah, she's wearing a freaking frog beanie, for crying out loud. But yeah, like, Greta seems fine, which is good. But it's kind of fucked up that they're aiming to hurt her mentally and physically. And everyone else, every other civilians here. I hope that whoever watched this live and or will be watching the VOD. Hello, VOD viewer, if you made it this far. I really do thank you guys for being willing to hear me out, for being willing to educate yourselves, and for being willing to take this seriously as I have. It seems like I get I get motivated and then I get sad again, especially when it comes to TamaTalks, because it feels like I fluctuate a lot when it comes to people wanting to watch it. You know, and I really just feel like people should care. At this point, if people have known me for this long, I feel like they should care enough to keep up with the news. But at the same time, I will do my best. One of my goals as a VTuber is to be able to be influential in an actual meaningful way, not with just saying pretty butterfly and rainbow stuff. You know, I'm not a comfort VTuber, but I do want to acknowledge people's pain, you know, in terms of like social issues, while also being able to have fun. And lately, I have been fluctuating as a content creator for various reasons that I will not explain. But I have not been consistently having a viewership. But sometimes when I see a new viewer who is actually respectful and who actually tries to watch TamaTalks and or my other streams, you know, they watch my other streams and then they get introduced to TamaTalks and are willing to listen to me, it really does touch my heart and it makes me feel important, right? Although I do keep losing followers the moment they find out that I'm quote unquote political, when all I'm doing is trying to let people know of the injustices that is currently happening in the world. Just know that if you are still here watching this, that you're doing a lot already, and I hope that it motivates you to do more action. It's gonna take a while. My motivation as a VTuber has been destroyed by many outside factors and people that I won't say anything, but there are big plans for me, especially with my new model. I know there are big plans for me where I will do my best to grow as a content creator. And this is the reason why I want to make it big, chat. I don't want to make it big because I want to make money. I mean, that's part of it, but that's like the last reason why I want to make it big. I want to make it big so that when people get introduced to me through me being a weirdo, a silly clip or something, they will eventually run into TamaTalks and learn something new. So it's still taking me some time. I'm pretty exhausted. A lot of terrible mental things have happened to me, and I feel like in terms of like a VTuber community, I feel very isolated compared to last year, chat. I mean, whoever knows. I used to have a big community in terms of friends and viewers, and now I feel like that's completely broken now. But you know, whenever I'm pushed down, I crawl. I at least crawl until I can get back up again. And right now I'm definitely crawling. So I'm preparing to become a better content creator. And yeah, we'll just wait until my re-debut and you'll see me working my ass off. And for now, I'm going to focus on TamaTalks and then, chill playing games. I'm actually going to end the stream now, but I'll start in like 10 to 15 minutes again, playing games with Zaya36. I don't know what game we should play, actually. We're either going to play Pokemon Unite. The plan was to play The Binding of Isaac 2-player, but it's almost 12 a.m. So I think I can only play one game until my bedtime. So it's either going to be The Binding of Isaac or 2-player or Pokemon Unite. So I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Again, thank you everyone for watching and for caring, okay? See you. Boop.
してるからいな